You might need to come a little bit closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Grit, mother lover. Good morning. Well, really, it's afternoon. Here's my list of things to do today. Oil change on this and decide whether or not we're going to rebuild power steering pump or just replace it. I have to find a carb rebuild kit, the OEM carb from Italy, and throw away the Amazon one, and then start tearing into this engine. We have a small welding project for our Gigi. I also have ant killer that I need to put down and clean on the bed of my truck. We're going to start with the easy project. This little welding thing, sculpture, whatever. It's extending the rebar on this sculpture for our Gigi. All right, we're going to kill two elephants in the room. Number one, yes, I did change clothes. I'm cheap, and I only have a certain number of non-work clothes versus a number of work clothes. Hey, Charlie. Because I got stuff I got to do this afternoon, so these are my work clothes. I'll change back into my non-work clothes. Second thing, Hex Armor sent me some stuff, and we're going to try them out today. A nice big old box full of stuff, but we're going to use some ergonomic ear pro. I got the VS 250s. Here's some safety glasses because I'm all about my PPE. And then some new work gloves. These are the 5073s. As you guys know, I love my Hex Armor work gloves. So I'm going to put these to the test and see how they do. Also, don't come at me for using this step. As you get older, you've only got so many get-ups throughout the day, and this step helps me get up. So, where'd that other piece of rebar go? That could be a problem. Missing a piece of up. Got it. All right, first impressions of the 5073s. If you have a pair of their leather work gloves, then they fit just like those, but these are already broken in and they fit so much nicer. They're soft on the inside. The dexterity is good so far, but we're about to put them to the test. Pretty simple project. Can you guys see that okay over there? You might need to come a little bit closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we have a Gigi sculpture that she's going to stick in a pot. So sculpture fits like this in said pot. There's going to be flowers and stuff around it. The rebar is going to go through the pot and into the ground so that it's stable, because this is relatively heavy. It probably weighs 35 pounds. This piece of rebar is not long enough. So all we're going to do is, well, we're going to straighten this out, and then we're just going to extend it. Very easy, hopefully. Okay, I wish I had another shot, but in essence, to save time, I'm not going to pull this out. I'd have to move the dirt bikes, move the Jeep, pull this out, move all my stuff. So we're just going to do it over here in the hot box corner. That's what I've deemed this. Okay, when I say this is the hot box corner, this is the hot box corner. Because number one, it's hot temperature-wise. Number two, it's a hot mess. We got to do something about this. We're going to stop using these Harbor Freight abrasives. So I picked up some Benchmark abrasive flat discs. They had a code. You basically just pay for shipping. So I picked up a sample pack. This is the Zirconia flat disc. It's a 400. This is a 4.5 inch 80 grit. Mother lover. This is an 80 grit. This is going to be a down and dirty project because it's going to be hidden in dirt anyway. We can yeet that one. Hopefully we're good with the benchmarks. So I'm just going to kind of mock this up. Someone's calling me. I don't know who it is. Mock this up. I'm going to zip down some of this rebar and attach it. So we'll put you on a time lapse. I'll let you know how everything goes. Of course, don't forget your PPE. Hex Armor, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Right out of the box, some of the best stuff I've ever worn. Let's get to it. The big, I'll call it issue that I have right now is that the highest I can run is 110. So I could do this without cleaning any of this up, and I could just run off 220, turn it up pretty high, and blast through the rust. But this only runs off 115 or 110. So while this does everything that I want it to right now, I know that at some point I'm going to have to upgrade one that does MIG and stick and then have a separate TIG. That'd be great. Eventually I'd like to get into TIG welding, but I don't have anything that I really need to learn to do yet. And I've got a bunch of projects, so I can't really, move them around just to learn that right this second. So I got this turned up. I'm running at 18 volts. My wire speed's like 300. Obviously, we don't have to fully weld this. I'm just going to put, 4 or 5 tacks in, make sure that it's not going to break off when we reel it into the ground. So here we go. Also, if you haven't seen the video of me redoing my welding hood, go check it out. It's pretty cool. I'll link it somewhere. All right, this project is pretty much complete. So we extended this by about 18, maybe 20 inches. That's all it needed. I just did it on 2 sides. So I'll show you those. There you go. And then I decided to, try my hand at laying some bead, filling this gap just for practice. Like I said, I could have just tacked it and it would have been fine. But with a project like this, you might as well practice. It's only going to get me better because I'm not the best yet. But turned out great. That's it for this. Just remember, it matters, you matter. Build a legacy out of hustle. I'll see you on the next one. Later.